Welcome, my name is Tim Adams and I'm the president of Tomato Productions. We're going to be talking about uses of video in your marketing. And this week we're going to be focusing on how video can be used to qualify your leads. So first off, videos can inform your prospects and your customers about the products and services that you provide. And this is very important because you want to provide as much information in as effective and efficient a manner as possible so that when they contact you or when they are ready to make a purchase decision, the questions that they come up with are actually much more relevant and much deeper and more pertinent to the product or the service that they're interested in that you provide. You can imagine that your frontline sales staff, maybe that's you're a small enough company that you are the sales staff, or maybe you have some employees that serve as your frontline sales staff. Either way, you can imagine that they have the same questions asked over and over and over again, and they have the same conversations over and over and over again. So why not use video to answer some of those most basic questions? This takes the load off of your frontline staff so that they can have better interactions and better conversations, more informative conversations at a much deeper level with people that are interested in what you have to offer. This can lead to higher sales. This can lead to higher conversion rates, both in person with your sales staff and online. If you allow or if you provide the opportunity to purchase a product or a service on your website. Another use for video is that you can have what I call staff intros. And we're all familiar with a website. You go to the About Us or the About section and they'll have pictures, professional headshots of their staff with little bios that they write themselves that, kind of tell the visitor something about that person. Well, why not use video to combine those two? You actually get more mileage out of using video for that because the staff member, your employee, can actually convey not only who they are, what makes them unique, or what interests they have, but you also get that extra layer of inflection and personality, and you provide your website visitor the opportunity to begin to establish a relationship without ever having a face-to-face interaction or a phone call or an email thread. A visitor can go through those videos and say, hey, I really resonate with this particular staff member, and so now I have a name as the visitor when I contact your company, be that walking into a brick and mortar or emailing or making a phone call. I can ask for somebody by name knowing that I already have the beginnings of a relationship with them. So recently we've seen a trend in what is called one-to-one videos. And this can be very powerful for you if when somebody emails your company, whoever gets assigned to respond to that customer or that prospect can actually record using their phone or using a webcam that's on their laptop or whatever. They can record a personalized video in response to that initial email, and this is extremely powerful because it shows that you are taking the time to personalize that response. You're not sending out a form response to people, and again, it's all about establishing that relationship. Another use for video in terms of lead qualification is, let's say you have some videos on your website, maybe a video covering a product or service. You've got a video business card that explains, kind of an overview of your business. Well, what if at the end of those videos you have what we call an email capture? And what that allows you to do is give you an evergreen product that you can implement very easily on your website that takes somebody who's watched the entire video, okay, that's a very hot lead, and you capture their email that adds into your database, because you don't want to lose that lead by not giving them the opportunity to participate in saying, I'm interested in this product or this service or in you as a business because I've watched all the way to the end, What do you want me to do? We have to tell people what we want them to do, what steps we want them to take. So this can be a huge advantage in terms of being able to generate leads that are already qualified because they qualified themselves. Also, we can put video on landing pages for every market segment or vertical that you serve. You know, perhaps you serve 2 or 3 different market segments or verticals, or maybe you have a product or service that services different parts of a vertical. Well, why not create a landing page for each of those segments? And the reason that we want to do that is because when you need to segment your market, you know, based on the products or services that you provide, it's very helpful from an analytical standpoint to see how well your marketing campaigns for each of those segments is working. And you can do that by seeing how many people hit those pages, number one. Number two, you can also track, given the right video platform, how long people are watching that particular video for on each of your landing pages. And this allows you the opportunity to use data, you know, that is being provided to you for either free through Google Analytics or for very low cost, so that you can customize, you know, say the video or the that's on each of the landing pages, the design of the landing pages, the flow of the design. You know, maybe you need to put an email capture at the beginning of the video, you know, because they're coming from a social media marketing campaign. And so the marketing funnel that you've designed, or that we can design for you, you know, step one, layer one, is click on this video and it takes them to a landing page, okay? And to further qualify themselves, they need to put an email, you know, in to view the video. That's another qualification step. The idea is that by the time they get out, you know, spit out the bottom of that marketing funnel, they are ready to make a purchase decision. Those are the kinds of leads that you want, because those are almost guaranteed sales. That is the power of a marketing funnel, and video is a huge component, or can be a huge component, in not only leading people through that funnel process, but making it so that as they go through that, each prospect is qualifying themselves. And video is an evergreen product. It can work for you, you know, 24/7, 365. You know, it's generating leads for you, qualified leads, while you sleep, while you're on vacation. You know, and it takes that load off of your frontline sales staff so that they can be given warm leads or hot leads that when they call up to follow up and say, hey, you know, we see that you're interested in this product or service, they're like, yeah, you know, where do I sign up? How do I buy this? Or, you know, what's the next step? So video has incredible amount of use in generating qualified leads for your sales, you know, process, you know, for your business. And so it's very important to understand not only the power of video in and of itself in order of just communication. It's a much more effective communication tool than text. You know, the power of the visual image cannot be ignored, nor should it be underestimated. A 30-second video can convey much more information than, say, a 5-page document. So, and it's a much more efficient way of communicating. So I encourage you to, you know, think about how video could be used in your marketing. You know, we're happy to sit down with you for a free consultation to talk about how it can be implemented so that you see the most ROI. So that concludes part 1 of this series. If you'd like to be notified when the next video is released, please provide your email address at the end of this video, and we'll be sure to keep you in the loop. Thanks for watching.